This is a warning to all young women and men. Don't let your light go out in your life. Don't let your light go out in your You can actually see their lights go out of their eyes because they've been abused so much. Don't let that happen to you. If you're a young teenager, a young kid, or if you're a young woman, young man, and you're going to pick a partner, please listen to this first. Brad off YouTube was just talking to me, and it actually triggered me to actually talk about something about your light going out. I spoke to my daughter. She had a couple of relationships, and she's allowing me to talk about this. And I said to my daughter, listen, do not let your light go out, honey. And she goes, Mum, what are you talking about? She had a baby with a nice man, but a bit unwell, and but great dad still. I'm not going to say he's not. It's nothing to do about that. But the thing is, she had a relationship with him. It didn't work out, and she got brokenhearted. The thing is that she went out with somebody else just after that, and I said, Lisa, please don't go out with people just randomly. She said, he's nice, Mum. No, I said, what you're not understanding is that if you my glasses are broken. If you go out with people and I'll say willy-nilly, where they're nice enough, that's not good enough. Stop doing it. Because what happened, she ended up breaking up with him, like a short-term thing, but then she actually found a partner. She was with him for 2 years, and I'm telling you, he annihilated her. He annihilated her mentally so badly that at the start, don't worry, I was there for it, and I had my shotgun at the door. I basically said to him, within 2 weeks of him sort of living at her, he'd been dating her for a while, but within 2 weeks of her actually going out with him, they were crying after they had to have their first shopping, their food shopping, like grocery shopping together, and it came to $400, and he lost his crap because he'd been used to living at his parents' house. My daughter, I was pulled up next to her, I looked over, and I was like, she was crying like I've never seen her cry before. And I said to him, I said, get inside, Alyssa, get inside right now. And I said, you get here. I said, never, ever, ever make my daughter cry like that again, or I'm going to get rid of you. And he looked at me and the thing is, what I did there was I was telling him, I can see you. I'm doing the opposite of what my father should have done, but he was actually living 4 hours away from us. But the thing is, what fathers should do, when they see that, get the shotgun at the door. Get it out. And because Darren, Alyssa's dad, wasn't doing that, I had to become that person. So I did it. And I let him know that I'm not going to allow this. But and then, as I said to you, you can't control their life, but you can let them know that, hey, that's not happening. So she went for another, maybe a year and a half of her relationship. By the time she was finished, her beautiful spark, because you can help them, but then you have to remove yourself, because if you just you're always there. For the last 6 months, I removed myself so she could see, and all I said to her was, Lissy, watch what he's doing, not what he's saying, and and what happened was she came back 6 months later saying, I'm going to leave him, and I'm so proud of her, because she did what I couldn't do when I was younger, and that's why I say to you, go search out for people to listen to, go get advice, talk to your elders, someone that, and I'm not saying I'm so smart, I've just done a lot of stuff. There is some part where I can convey to you this. I praise God for this, because I do believe that he has his hand on me to actually say these things. And, he has his hand on me. Anyway, so what happened was she finally left him. But I'll tell you something. Her poor little light, the light that you see when people smile, she had this light. It went out. And it took about a year and a half to get back, to work on. And she's still working on it, but she's damaged. So what I'm trying to say, do not just go out willy-nilly with anybody. be intentful. Be really intentful so that you don't become someone like me. I mean, hey, I'm not right now. My life, I am so happy because I have the Lord, and I am so happy. I'm never alone. I'm never ever alone. And I love my life. I have so many grandbabies and children that there's no one could fit in this house. You know what I mean? Or in my space. But what I'm trying to say is that don't let life happen to you so then your light goes out. And what is that thing? I did write down one thing that, when I was talking to Brad, I said, my glasses broke. I said, that's what I said to him. When you spend your life having no emotions, that's something I want to talk to you about too. Having no emotions. I spent a life growing up where I was either the clown, a clown mucking around. Like, how comedians always are really funny? I was that kind of person once I started speaking when I was little. Once I started speaking, I was the biggest clown you knew. Like, I'd always try to make people laugh. And, I was a tomboy. I don't know where that came from, but I was a tomboy. But what I'm going to say is that the emotions, I had none. So, I had emotions for everybody else. And I could feel your pain. I could feel everybody else's pain. And yes, I could feel my own pain. But gosh, I was good at, boom, 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 boom. What do they say? Compartmentalize something. You put it into your slots. Get rid of it. Hope nobody noticed that you started to cry. Or hoping nobody noticed that you felt something. And that hurt you. So, you could take a lot. My mother could take a lot. But I have a part where, as I said to you, my mother took, and she never, ever did what, I did. She never blew up or anything. But I did at the ends of my relationships. I'd blow up on you. But it'd take a lot. But I would take. And then one time when you're actually over it, you're like, I'm gonna annihilate you. No, don't mean ready to punch everybody out. I mean, just the anger. Anger be I've had enough of you. And I would just annihilate you that way. I've had enough of you. Get away, cut off, you're gone, you're done. And that can hurt people, but because it can shock people too when you cut them off so quickly. But it doesn't happen just overnight. It happens over a time of disappointment, of actually going I've had that hurt. And with my face not showing that it actually mattered to me, people just thought they could, my partners could actually just think that it didn't matter to me. And it's I look like I was dumb. I'd look at you okay, well, what else, What else could you put on top of me? So going back to this, do not let your light go out. Do not just go out randomly. Be purposeful. You matter. Everybody matters. Everybody matters. My ex-husband matters. I matter. My father mattered. You matter. You matter. It doesn't matter who you are or where you are in your life. You matter. And if you've done mistakes, own them. Get on it. But let's just talk about you young people. Just don't start the problem. Educate yourself. Educate yourself on what not to do. And if you don't know, find people, find subjects, think about it. Because I tell you, if you have had an emotionally bad upbringing, you might just have a stone face. You might, and then all of a sudden, whatever you have, whatever your coping mechanism is, don't let it become dysfunctional. So then you bring up dysfunctional people. I've got some of my kids have had some problems, but most of them are doing fine. But the thing is that that's a lucky dip when you're playing, especially when you have kids very young, when you're playing roulette, I don't know. But the thing is, when you're playing and you're spinning that thing of this year's good, next year, I don't know. You know what I mean? I really want you to be intentful. Be intentful on your life. Pick your partner. If you get that gut feeling of that's not good enough, that hurt me, leave. Get away from people before it starts. Like my beautiful daughter, I'm so proud of her. It only lasted just over 2 years. people could stay in it for, they could marry that person. She actually left, and I was like, I couldn't believe it worked. I couldn't believe that talking and talking and then turning around and removing yourself from your child in the way of like, yes, I still saw her, but I didn't really go inside too much because she had to work out it wasn't me being the bully. She had to work out it was actually him, because she could only see me focusing on him, like, see less of this, see less of that, see less of, pointing it out all the time. And then eventually when I removed myself, I said, all I want you to do is watch what I said about him and what he is doing. And I know, and you come back and tell me what, and then she left after 6 months of just looking, and she got the courage. And I was so proud of her, especially watching me, that was, my daughter watched me be in my 20s and my 30s and my 40s. So she watched it, and all I've got to say is, please don't let your light go out. Don't let it go out. And don't let life happen to you that eventually you have a face that you just go, I don't care anymore. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. And that's how you feel. But you feel hot in the throat sometimes. Your chest hurts, and you think, and you want to leave somebody, but you have no idea how to. You don't even know how you got in it. You got in it because you thought that was good enough. It was good enough, or I don't know. You just didn't think anything of yourself. So don't let your light go out, and honestly, don't get yourself beaten up that badly inside that you don't have any feelings left. And thanks, Brad, for that one.